Whoa. There it is.
Irrespective of what occurs between humans and aliens, the government always lies while the military hides the truth from the public. Here are some documented cases of aliens that were either captured, lost, or left behind on Mother Earth. Watching that interview with the alien, you can't help but feel a chill. We are trillions in count. It said casually, like it was just talking about another Tuesday. Then, when it's asked about life on other planets, it just dropped this bomb.
Okay, so if other planets don't have life, why, miraculously, does ours?
It's not miraculous, but a statistical likelihood. Basically, saying life elsewhere was just a numbers game. The alien went on to describe how life started with some random molecular mix, then mutated and evolved into us. Man, talk about blowing your mind, knowing we're just a bunch of cosmic accidents thrown together. Makes you wonder what other secrets are lurking out there. Definitely puts things into perspective, right? Forest encounter. Walking through that forest, the last thing you expect is to stumble upon a crashed object and then to see this humanoid figure darting around. That's exactly what happened to one guy. The dude shone his torchlight on it and there was this creature with glowing eyes, like something out of a sci-fi movie. It quickly retreated into the night and he followed, trying to figure out what he just saw. Then again, the thing jumped on him and the video cut out. No one knows what happened after that. I mean, it's creepy to think about, right? Like, did it grab him? Did he just take off? Man, now I'm curious. What do you think went down? Weird gift.
I'm just wondering if you've ever seen an alien in a jar.
So a local uploaded a footage, and trust me, it was weird as hell. It was an alien in a jar, totally freaky. It was supposedly a gift to him, and yeah, it was supposed to look authentic.
It actually was a birthday present.
And you know what? It didn't even change color despite the years past. Still looked like a weird tea bag.
In my case, it hasn't changed color, it's still the color of a tea bag.
It had been sitting in the cupboard for ages because honestly, no one wanted to look at it. People think it was creepy, and I guess they were right. Every time and he spotted it, he freaked out a bit. I don't know, maybe it was just too weird for most folks. Anyway, if you think it was cool, hit me up with some comments. Curious to see what y'all think. Window watcher.
Daddy!
What?
Somebody's in the window. Keep window.
No, there's not. Don't go nowhere. Stay right here.
So here's the deal. A man's kid started acting off, like super restless and jumpy for no clear reason. He was puzzled until his daughter finally led him to her room and pointed out the window. And guess what? There it was, a greenish face with those piercing eyes just staring at them through the glass. The rest of its body was hidden, but the vibe, pure eerie. Before the dad could even wrap his head around it, the thing bolted into the night. Some say it might have been an alien trying to reach out, especially since it seemed focused on the kids. But for what? Connection? Experiment? Who knows? Alien distress. Alright, this one gave me chills. Imagine watching a video where an alien is pacing around a small room looking visibly upset. That's exactly what this leaked clip from 2019 shows. The creature with pale skin and those signature big dark eyes moves in a way that feels off. Like it's trying to say something but can't quite figure out how. Some people think it was scared or sick, maybe reacting to being trapped or studied. Others believe it was trying to communicate. Possibly pleading for help. It's hard to say. Was it fear, confusion, or something else entirely? Whatever the case, it definitely left everyone wondering, what do you think? Unseen presence. Alright, so this clip from 2008, yeah, the one that popped back up in 2019, really messes with your head. It showed an alien sitting in a dimly lit room, just doing its thing, its pale, thin frame and those massive dark eyes. It was almost human, but not quite. Then bam, it turned and looked right at the camera like it knew someone was watching, and the way it moved toward the lens, chilling. People couldn't agree on what was going on. Was it being kept there, studying something, or maybe even waiting for some orders? Or was it part of an experiment gone way too far? Honestly, this one leaves way more questions than answers. What do you think? Field observer.
Whoa. There it is. Oh. Shit.
One evening, this guy at his farmhouse was just out recording the calm scenery. Nothing out of the ordinary. But as his camera scanned the field, something weird popped up. In the tall grass, there was this greenish figure, almost camouflaged, with thin limbs and these haunting black eyes. At first glance, you'd miss it, but zooming in made it impossible to ignore. And just like that, it vanished. Was it some kind of alien quietly studying the land? Maybe analyzing Earth's ecosystem? Or was it something else entirely? Something even stranger? Honestly, it's one of those moments where the more you think about it, the less it makes sense. Creepy, right? Who knows?
Whoa. There it is. Oh. Shit.
Window watcher. Okay, imagine just chilling at home and then your security cam catches this. An enormous face staring through your window. Its eyes were wide, almost like it was curious. Honestly, just thinking about that gives me chills. People who saw the footage couldn't believe it. Some said it looked ancient, like something straight out of forgotten legends. Others were convinced it was an alien, just casually observing us like we're some kind of zoo exhibit. But what if it wasn't just visiting? What if it was here for something specific or someone? I don't know about you, but I'd be double checking my locks after seeing that. What's your take? Hidden intruder. Seems like this alien was way more into this dude than the dude was into himself. So this farm owner heard a banging noise in the middle of the night and decided to investigate with his torch and camera rolling. Right in the middle of his maize crop, he spotted this strange pale face. Talk about eerie. At first, he was totally spooked, but then he got a grip and started moving closer. That's when the creature appeared again, all pale with those big bulging eyes. Classic alien vibes. What's crazy was, it seemed just as interested in him as he was in it. The farm owner claimed it was a left-behind alien, while skeptics called it an elaborate hoax, but honestly, I don't think it was. Forest encounter.
Oh my god! No! Run!
Back in June 2022, some creepy footage came out showing a weird humanoid figure lurking behind a tree. The thing kept inching closer to the camera, almost like it was curious or maybe a bit cautious. Once the video blew up online, people started coming up with all sorts of theories, from it being an alien to a cryptid. A lot of folks thought it might have stumbled into the woods after a nearby UFO crash. The strange figure definitely gave off some eerie vibes and felt a bit dangerous, leaving viewers feeling uneasy. And to this day, nobody knows exactly where this bizarre encounter took place.
Oh my god! No! Run!
Alien handshake. Okay, get this. There's actual footage of an alien shaking hands with a human. No, seriously. I know it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but the clip is bizarrely casual, like they were old pals or something. The alien didn't look hostile, just there. And the handshake? Weirdly formal. It's got people scratching their heads. Was it a hoax? Maybe, but the details in the video felt too specific, too raw. Plus, if we've seen UFOs and other unexplained stuff, was an alien-human meetup really that far-fetched? My only hope is that their chat wasn't about taking over Earth. Can you imagine? Just two beings chilling, plotting, or maybe just talking snacks. Who knows? Uncanny passenger. While sitting on a train, minding his business, a local recorded this figure stepped aboard. At first glance, she looked like just another commuter in a t-shirt, but then he caught her face. It was flawless, but not in a good way. It was robotic, too perfect, like a mannequin come to life. Passengers couldn't stop staring and started whispering and recording. Was this some alien trying to fit in? Or maybe a science project that got a little too advanced? The way she scanned the car like she was observing us made it all the more unsettling. Whatever it wasn't human, or at least not completely. Creepy, right? Would you stick around or bolt? Basement encounter. Alright, picture this. You're relaxing at home and then you hear it. A weird noise coming from your basement. That's exactly what happened to this guy. He grabbed his phone, because obviously we'd all need proof, right? And headed down. What he found, not your average critter. Here, barely visible in the shadows, was this skinny, dark figure with a head way too big for its body. It looked kind of like an alien. Just as he started filming, the thing bolted and the video ended. No follow-up, no answers. Was it a stranded alien or some cryptid chilling where it shouldn't? Either way, imagine living there after that. Stranded alien. Okay, so this clip popped up online showing an alien just chilling in the middle of a road. It was all pale and skinny with those big dark eyes. Classic alien look. But then, the weirdest part, blue marks on its body. It was breathing heavy like it had been through something rough. Makes you wonder, was it stranded, lost, or just desperate for help? The road, usually full of cars and people, had become this alien's backdrop. Some say it was just passing through, while others think it was stuck here, in need of help. Either way, watching it struggle like that gives you chills. Field of fear. So this farmer was just going about his business in 2005, minding his own farm, when his cattle started vanishing. Like poof, gone. So he set up a trail camera to catch whatever was going on. And bam, there it was, an otherworldly creature with long limbs, dark skin, and a total alien vibe sneaking around his field. Oh, and behind it, a huge flying saucer hovering just out of sight. Of course, some people online were losing their minds, convinced it was proof of extraterrestrial life on Earth. But then you got the skeptics who pointed out the grainy video quality. Come on, what do you expect from an early 2000s camera? Still, kinda freaky if you ask me. Staring stranger. Now, how skeptics could explain this footage? Back in 2019, this landlord installed security cameras all over his land, trying to beef up his property's security. One night, around 8 p.m., one of those cameras picked up something wild. At first, it was not even visible, just blending into the night. Then, the camera swang around and bam, there it was, an otherworldly figure, just standing there. Tall, not moving, just watching those dogs pass by. The landlord swore there was no one else around except him, which raised some seriously weird questions. Could it be an alien from another world, just checking out Earth for the first time? Who knows, but it was definitely got me wondering what else might be out there. Burnt intruder. You ever have one of those moments where something totally unexpected happens? A small burnt creature about 6 inches tall near the window. It was moving its head slowly, looking all dazed and disoriented. As he inspected the area, he spotted a spray can on the floor that had caught fire. It looked like this tiny creature had accidentally set it off, leading to its singed appearance. While skeptics say it was probably just a hoax or some weird voodoo toy, you can't help but wonder, was it something more? What do you think? Hospital encounter. A weird new video from the KGB archives has popped up, showing what looks like an alien in a medical setting. This being had black, bulging eyes and a light-colored body. A doctor seemed totally unfazed as he checked the creature's chest with a stethoscope and even peeked inside its mouth. The alien looked pretty annoyed, like it wasn't a fan of the doctor's methods. Some people blew it off as just a person in a costume, but analysts who checked it out were blown away by how detailed it was. They figured it was probably the real deal and hadn't been tampered with. Not every strange thing is made up, some of them might actually be true. Pale figure. Imagine hearing whispers outside your window late at night. Creepy, right? This guy couldn't ignore it, so he took a peek, and there it was. Just inches away, a figure with those unmistakable black, oversized eyes. Its lips were moving, like it was having a full-on secret chat with someone. Something. It didn't even notice him, too focused on its bizarre task. Was it scouting for a hideout or taking notes on human homes? Some think it might have been gathering intel for some alien mission. Whatever it was, the guy didn't stick around to ask questions. And honestly, I'd have done the same. That's not something you hang around to figure out. Covert encounter. Alright, so here's a wild one. In 2023, some leaked security footage caught not one, but two aliens near a fenced area. The first one moved cautiously, scanning the surroundings, almost like it was planning something. Then, out of nowhere, another alien dashed across the screen, and the first one quickly followed. It felt like they were either running from something or had just realized they'd been spotted. Were they scouting? Escaping? Maybe even coordinating some covert operation? Honestly, it's hard to say, but the sudden panic in their movements makes you wonder. A close call? A secret agenda? Who knows? Either way, I'd love to hear what you think this was about. Midnight Visitor. Alright, imagine it was the middle of the night, completely silent, and you suddenly wake up with that gut feeling something's off. That's exactly what happened to this guy. He spotted this green, hairless thing, big eyes, way too big, peeking from behind his door. Now, most of us would have bolted, but not him. He grabbed his phone, creeping closer, trying to get proof, and then, poof, it was gone. Just vanished. Was it some weird creature escaping the cold, or an alien doing some up-close human study? People say maybe it was all in his head, but the guy was certain it wasn't. Honestly, would you be able to sleep after that? I wouldn't. Alien Survivor. Recently, some wild footage from Russia surfaced showing an alien survivor from a mysterious crash. The alien was all suited up, looking totally out of place, and was swiftly taken into custody by authorities. Its big eyes were darting around like it didn't know what hit it. The way it communicated with officials felt eerie and real, adding to the mystery. This bizarre event has sparked a ton of speculation about what the alien knows and why the authorities weren't telling us everything. Its survival makes you wonder what secrets it was holding and how its presence might affect humanity's future. What do you think? Was it all just one big cover-up, or is there more to the story? Paying respect. Okay, so here's something you don't see every day. Aliens in a graveyard. I mean, seriously, who would have thought? This guy was just strolling through a cemetery when he spotted something odd near the edge. At first glance, it was nothing, just shadows maybe. But once he zoomed in with his camera, there it was. A pale figure with a huge head, straight out of every alien sighting you've ever heard about. It was almost like the creature onto the place, as if the energy of the graves held some kind of pull. Was it studying us, hiding, or maybe even paying its respects? Weird, right? What do you think it was up to? Basement intruder. Man, you ever have that feeling something's not right at home? This dude in the clip did, so he decided to check his basement, and bam, there it was. This alien-looking thing was just lurking in the shadows. The second the light hit it, the creature went from 0 to 60, hissing and lunging like the light had ticked it off. It's almost like it was allergic to light or something, maybe used to the dark or even afraid of it. Others reckoned it was just defensive, not used to humans at all. Whether it was an alien or not, it sure acted like one. Crazy, right? What do you think? Alien recovery. Alright, so this one's a little heartbreaking. There was this footage floating around of an alien looking, well, drained, like it's trying to get its strength back after being confined for months. Its movements were so awkward, like it was figuring out how to walk, or maybe it was stuck in some tiny cell for who knows how long. Honestly, it is hard not to feel a little sorry for it. The rumor was that it eventually got sent back to its home planet. Kind of a bittersweet ending, right? Judging by the video's grainy quality, it had been years, so maybe now it's chilling in some alien hammock, laughing at our human drama. Let's hope so. Rooftop rendezvous. This one was next level strange. In 2020, a guy spotted two identical aliens just chilling on the roof of a building. But they weren't just loitering. They were deep in conversation, moving in sync like they'd practiced this 100 times. Every now and then they'd glance around, super aware of their surroundings, but never breaking their flow. People online went wild with theories. Maybe they were doing recon, planning their next steps, swapping intel for some secret missions. Sure, it looked casual, but come on, what if it was part of something way bigger? Aliens holding rooftop meetings? Who would have guessed? Makes you think twice about looking up, huh? Hospital haunt. So this dude was just sitting in a hospital waiting room, bored out of his mind, when he spotted something totally bizarre next to a chair. It was this creature, seriously, like something straight out of a sci-fi flick. Big skull, weird hands and feet, the whole 9 yards. As the thing started inching towards him, he got freaked out and decided to whip out his phone to record the whole thing. He put it online, and it went viral. Some people were all in, convinced it was an alien, while others were like, nah, just some random hoax. Who knows? Guess it depends on how much you believe in that kind of stuff. White House roof. This footage is for anyone who thinks the authorities don't have anything to do with alien encounters. Just check this out. Back in the 2000s, a passerby was walking by the White House when he spotted something totally out of place. This weird humanoid figure up on the roof. At first glance, you might think it was just a worker doing his thing, but nah. Look closer. This thing was tall, got a big head, and it was wearing some sort of suit. The internet freaked out, of course, saying it was a secret meeting between officials and aliens or something. I don't know what to think. Maybe it was a government experiment or just some wild imagination. Share your thoughts below. Fox and alien. Alright, so get this. There was this viral footage that got everyone talking these days. A fox was just chillin', doing its thing when it started chasing something weird. And man, this thing was all alien looking. About a foot tall, thin legs, no head or recognizable features. The fox was chasing it like it was some kind of game, but then, poof, the thing vanished behind the trash can. The fox came out all confused, but then, out of nowhere, this creature popped back up like a ninja and bolted in the other direction. Some people were convinced it was a clever hoax, but who knows? Weird stuff, man. Peruvian phantom. So this hiker was just out in the woods doing his thing when he spotted something straight out of a sci-fi movie. He's in the remote areas of Peru, which is already infamous for alien encounters. While exploring, he saw this humanoid creature darting past him, pale skin, big head, like it was running scared from humans. Some folks online were saying it could be an alien that got left behind after some otherworldly visitors checked out. But hey, who knows? Maybe it was just some freaky local cryptid or someone's weird cosplay gone rogue. Either way, it's pretty wild to think about what else might be lurking out there. Alien interrogation. In 1991, a wild video leaked to the public that showed an extraterrestrial being restrained and interrogated in a secret facility. The alien looked weak, struggling to communicate telepathically. Its vulnerability to Earth's atmosphere was all too clear. The video showed the creature behind a glass divider, indicating a highly controlled environment to protect it. Its natural habitat was probably germ-free, and the facility's setup reflected that. The release of this video, coupled with the slow trickle of information from medical personnel, led many to believe that the government was secretly collaborating with aliens but not spilling the beans. What do you think? Was it just a crazy conspiracy, or is there something more to it? Final try. So this is kind of wild. Some leaked footage from a secret place showed something crazy. In the video, you could see a bunch of doctors and nurses in a real panic, trying to save this strange otherworldly creature lying on a bed. It looked like they were doing everything possible to keep it from leaving Earth. What was even more shocking was that while they were working on it, something that looked like a spirit started to rise from it. Once this hit the internet, theories exploded. Some people claimed it was definitely an alien that the authorities had in their custody, and during some experiments, they lost it. The officials never really explained what happened, but the evidence is out there, and it's pretty hard to deny. Base arrival. The craziest moments are often just pure luck. There's this leaked video from around 1959 that shows an alien showing up at a US Army base. In the clip, a car pulls up and some military personnel get out. The person filming, who's hidden, ducks down and manages to get this wild shot of an alien with a huge head and bulging eyes sitting in the car. The creature looks really tired, maybe from Earth's atmosphere or something the authorities did to it. The video cuts off before we find out why the alien is there or what happens next, which leaves a bunch of questions hanging. Tunnel encounter. Alright, a hiker was exploring an old, crumbling building. Creepy enough, right? But then he found this tunnel, dark and silent like it had been forgotten for ages. As he was peeking in, a face suddenly appeared. Pale, wide-eyed and staring right at him. Talk about a heart stopper? The guy in the clip cautiously stepped closer, braver than me, honestly, but the face disappeared as quickly as it came. People are buzzing. Was it an alien, stranded and hiding? Or maybe it was something else entirely, waiting in that tunnel for who knows what? Either way, it's wild, and it makes you wonder what's really lurking out there. Thoughts? Alien exhibit. A ufologist stumbled into this crazy exhibit about aliens, and it was like they were not just sci-fi characters on a screen. They were right there in front of him. Wild, right? They had these humanoids frozen in cryosleep with freaky 2 hearts and spacesuits because their skin secreted poison. Then there was this ocean-dwelling alien looking like an octopus but with some mammalian vibes, just out of this world. And don't even get me started on the space hermits who live on meteorites. Some folks think it was all staged, maybe a wild Russian experiment. Others totally bought it. Man, people were losing their minds over this stuff. It was like a mind bender. Roswell's secret. Alright, buckle up for this one. Back in 2022, a first-hand witness from the infamous Roswell incident just dropped some jaw-dropping details. He said he was working as an army major when the Roswell incident went down. And it wasn't just debris that the authorities found, they hit the extraterrestrial jackpot. Yeah, we're talking about an actual alien body. He claimed the poor creature didn't survive the crash, and believe it or not, they performed an autopsy right after. The ufologist tested his claims using a lie detector, and nothing, absolutely nothing, disproved his story. Could this be the missing piece to the Roswell puzzle? Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, you've got to admit, this revelation took the mystery to a whole new level. Open discussion. Now it's time for today's open discussion. A weird CCTV footage from a secret base in Area 51 revealed something shocking. You can see 2 tall alien-like figures just strolling by 2 humans looking totally chill. Dressed in white outfits that kind of look like women's clothing, they were carrying luggage. One of them even had what looked like a baby wrapped in a sheet. The creepiest part, neither the aliens nor the humans seemed surprised to see each other, almost like this kind of thing happens all the time. Now, as the footage made it way online, people claim that might be the proof that governments have already made contact with the aliens, and this leaked photoage just proves that. What you have to say about this? Thank you very much for watching the video. Share in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.